Alright, so today I've got X-Men #1, The Heroic Age, the new ongoing series that launched in July. This isn't a second printing or the original issue. I just got the convention mixtape from a few weeks ago back at Fan Expo, so let's hop right in. Alright, so like you guys saw in the previews a few months ago, we have this little setting in San Francisco where these kids are playing hacky sack and this weird dark guy comes around. Jubilee and Pixie are hanging out. Just like, oh, it's nice to have you back in the trying to bring you back in the fold. I feel like there's been so much distance with all that stuff going on. And then, yeah, so Jubilee catches on. She's like, not that Cyclops didn't send you around here. And then the suicide bomber zips into some guy, opens his jacket, starts sizzling. Kapow! Get little on Jubilee here. Something I thought was cool, and in the next few pages, Cyclops is watching the news, and then Jubilee's in the sickbay with the few of the doctors. Something I liked a lot in this issue was the writing. I felt like that Victor Gisliker, sorry, I butchered that probably, has a really good understanding of the characters and how they would talk if they were real life people. And I think his writing's also really well done because it kind of has a sense of suspense to it, which I really kind of dug and got into. Like, I don't know, I didn't think this good. I've read reviews before this issue and didn't think it was that good, and then it's got really good reviews online, and so I was kind of, or not that good of reviews online, but I read it, I was really into it because of the suspenseful writing by Victor. I think that's because he writes crime novels as well. So, and then you have like this weird vampire that's attacking San Francisco, and then more of Cyclops talking to the doctors, and they're kind of talking about how it's a disease that's kind of spreading in her blood, and how that's going on. They're talking about it, and Jubilee's like, "Oh, I heard my name," and she's like, "Guys, what's up?" Look at the face. That's some good art by Pacho Medina there. And then you have this redheaded girl who was earlier in the part of the issue. We'll just flip to that for a second. Right there. And so she was there when the explosion happens, and so this is kind of checking in on another person who was hit by the suicide bomb kind of attack. And then she goes to Dracula's son, I believe, or sons. That was documented in Dracula, the death of One Shot, that I didn't read. And then there's a little conference here with some of the X-people. There's some Cyclops, Angel, Storm, and Wolverine. And also, like, in this issue, there was like a wink to old X-Men history. So I think, or I know, Storm was bitten by Dracula back, oh god, uncanny, like 170 or 200 era. I have no idea actually what the exact number is, but I know it's in there somewhere. Something by Chris Claremont, of course. She was bitten by Dracula back then, and which is touched in issue 3, which we'll get to later. So I thought it was really cool how they winked to old history in X-Men. I always like that in books where they, yeah, look back and know that the writer's done research. And then you have Pixie, Wolverine, and Angel doing some recon work and scouting out the areas. And then here's my only problem, big problem with the issue, is right here. There's a bunch of vampires attacking Angel, Pixie, and Wolvie, and Angel says, "Well, that was easy, familiars." And then Wolverine says, "Yep, now comes the hard part comes." Now comes the hard part comes. I don't think that was edited well, or not at all, because that sounds like a young person wrote that. Just a small error, but whatever. It kind of caught my attention. I was like, oh, hold on there. And then we have some more good art. Jubilee staying at the light, freaking out at Dr. Cow. And then Dr. Nemesis is talking to Cyclops about the brainwaves and cravings, how that works. Beautiful splash page displaying, excuse me, I have a cold, a safe house full of vampires. And then just more talking with Cyclops and Wolverine. And last line, I think we have ourselves a Dracula problem. So that digs into the rest of the arc, and we talked about that in issue 2, how the story's going, and then we'll talk about that in issue 3 review that's going to be posted later. So I don't know. I think it's a good issue, and if you can still find it, I know the variant covers out around somewhere. So X-Men #1, new ongoing series. Check it out. Get it if you can. 4 to 5.